curious to see how this is gonna play out. People are just going about their day-to-day life. Nobody has noticed. And he's literally singing, smiling, laughing. Now I can hear him singing from here. And if you pay attention, you'll see somebody go into the building. Pass. Use your code. Door opens. I'm sure my microphone's not picking him up, but if I can hear him, goes to the car. More confused about me. Yep. I've been homeless, living on the campus for a couple of months now. I'm a veteran, so I go to school on a VA, and I have an eviction on my record because of bad decisions I made trying to get married to my present day wife. Security has been harassing me. I'm trying not to use profanity because I'm not actually angry. They've been harassing me for months now, trying to make it seem like I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, living in my car. Hi. The guy on the roof is literally on this roof, has been there for a few hours. Nobody seems to care, right? No one seems to care about the person on the roof. But me in my car every night is a problem. That's a cause for people to have a concern because I'm sleeping in my car in the parking lot. But there's literally a person sitting on top of the roof. Nobody cares. No one gives a care. So I don't I don't know what to say about America. We'll see how long that lasts. Here's another person that just pulled up. We'll see if this person notices. I'm sure that they won't. I think he's finally getting acknowledged. Nobody cares. They're not gonna call the police. They're not gonna call security. They're not gonna make an effort to help. They don't care. They just don't care. Look, security. Probably watching me again. Let's see what security does. Sees me at the chair, sees me leaning up against a tree, minding my own business. Oh, fire and rescue. That same truck that's here every morning. Okay, I think they finally figured it out. Let's see if they're actually responding to it. Probably not. See? Because all he did was hit. All he did, put his head down. Nobody sees him. They're not interested. They don't actually care. But the other thing they're gonna do is to keep us complacent. They're not gonna make a big deal about it. So they're gonna coordinate behind the scenes to get him off the roof. So they'll be aware that he's there. They just won't make a lot of noise, and then they'll effectively and very silently and very stealthily get him down once they recognize him. Once they recognize that he's actually up there. We'll just see how this is gonna play out. I'm just curious to how long it's gonna take them to acknowledge this guy. You see the truck that drove by said fire and rescue on it, but I don't see them trying to rescue him. And now he's gone. There is a difference between being wrong and being treated like you're doing something wrong. Being homeless, living in my car in a system that is designed to make sure that there is no way for you to not be homeless, in a system that doesn't have any security nets to make sure that if you fall below the poverty line, they can provide and help you. None of that stuff is my fault. So I didn't put any of that stuff into position. So I shouldn't have to go out of my way to sacrifice who I am, so that other people can take advantage of me and gain favor over me at the sacrifice of my life, so that I can't be the person that I want to be. I shouldn't have to squash my own dreams and live beneath my own potential to be surrounded by people that don't have any desire to do anything in life and don't want to achieve anything but are in a position to have a roof and to have a car and to have bills, and I gotta live like shit so that I can function like a normal member of society, right? Like, what is the point of that? Where does that get you in life? It doesn't get you anywhere. So why should you have to reduce yourself from your most basic? Just thank you. You have to reduce yourself from your most basic just so that you can get ahead at your own detriment, right? I've been doing this for 41 years. You humble yourself to people that don't give a fuck about you just so that you can be under your potential. Not even at your potential, but under your potential. And the moment you try to stand up or take a step forward, you get pushed back down and pushed backwards, right? How do you function in that? How do you move forward like that? And then the people around you that are extracting all of your essence, all your energy, all your finances, all of your love, treating you like shit so they can feel better about themselves, aren't even happy. They're not even invested in their own, what's best for them. I could see if the average person that was disrespecting you, taking advantage of you, treating you like shit, was uplifting and empowering themselves. No, they are themselves allowing themselves to be victimized so that they can be in a position to just victimize you worse. So, like, what is the end game goal of that? If everybody's pulling each other down, there's nothing but descent. There's nothing but descent. There's nothing but a decadence and a degradation of everything in the world. So what is the goal? What is the end game goal of that system? Where you have decent people trying their hardest to be decent, and you have shitty ass people, pieces of shit assholes and bitches running around fucking the world up, and everybody is alliance with the pieces of shit. And then when you don't want to conform to being a piece of shit, the world throws you away like you're the problem. It's your fault that my boss is mad at me, so let me go out of my way to make you look like you're incompetent, not so that I can be competent, but just so that my incompetence will no longer be recognized or checked, right? This is the society that we live in. This is the society that we have to function in. This is a society that is built on principles of ethics and morality and legality, but deviate from them unless they're trying to use it to gain favor over hurting you. We are born with rights. Our rights are not privileges. We are born with them. And every time you allow someone to disrespect you and treat you like shit and go out of their way to hurt you, you give them permission. It doesn't make it right, but you give them your permission. You have to stand strong on who you are, tell people to fuck off, respectfully remove yourself from negative situations, and continue to be the inspiring person that you want to be. If you want to be a piece of shit, go be a piece of shit with the rest of them. If you want to be a decent human being, find other people that want to be decent human beings. Work together, defend each other's desire to be on the same wavelength and ascend, and just do that shit. Like, that's all that has to happen. You know that you have the potential to do better and do great and be great. So just do that shit. Be in opposition to other pieces of shit. You don't have to validate yourself to nobody. You don't have to try to figure out. You know how difficult it's going to be for me to get out of this situation? Very difficult. Do you know why I'm in this situation? Because I didn't make the right decisions at the time that they were supposed to be made. Understanding that my frustration in that moment was this influence right now. This influence right now is why I was pissed the fuck off when that was occurring in the past. I don't get to go backwards and fix that shit. I should have dealt with that shit in the moment. I should have made the necessary decisions and the necessary calculations in the moment to prevent myself from having to be here at this school in this parking lot. And I didn't, right? But it's not the end of the world. I'm still breathing. I'm still smiling. I'm still content with my life because I'm not the problem in my life. It's all of this bullshit around me that's the problem. The unnecessary price of going to school is the problem. The fact that I have to go work a job to pay for a building that I'm never in because I'm always at work is the problem. The fact that I only make enough money to be able to provide for my transportation, my living, and my housing, and I can't pursue anything other than that because these institutions want you to make them wealth so they can do what? The same thing you're doing. Give all their money to somebody else. And at the very top of it all, they don't even need the money. They don't even need the money. They're just up there with all this excessive wealth, unhappy with their lives. While we're at the bottom with no wealth, unhappy with our lives. And the society that has been built by human beings has been designed by us. We didn't build the trees, we didn't make the clouds, we didn't make the rain, we didn't make the weather systems, but we wrote the rules that govern our system and our societies, and we can change them. We built pencils with erasers for a reason. We can erase that shit and start over. We just don't. We just allow ourselves to continue the perpetuation of bullshit. We were raised a certain way by our parents because our parents were raised a certain way by their parents, and we can continue to just perpetuate that stuff. And that's just how it has always worked. But it doesn't have to work that way anymore because of social media. You can look on the internet and see the bullshit in front of you and just be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that bullshit. I'm not gonna do that. You see videos of people driving down the street recklessly doing dumb shit. And what do? The same dumb shit. The same dumb shit. Why? Make it make sense. If you know that nobody likes to be cut off and you're driving, why would you cut somebody off? You know that you don't like doing it. You've seen enough evidence on the internet that nobody likes it. Why would you do it? Because you're what? In a hurry to get where you're trying to go. Same thing with this damn car and me being in this parking lot. You should have made the right decisions in the past to be where you wanted to be in the future. If you knew you were in a hurry, you should have left earlier. That's within your control. Trying to hurry up because all of that stuff that wasn't important, where you wanted to be was more important than all the stuff that was stopping you from moving forward, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be speeding down the street. So just chill out. Understand that life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Make good sound decisions. I'm talking to myself more than anybody else. Make good sound decisions and have a plan. Move toward your goals and your ambitions, your aspirations. I don't want to work at Arby's. I want to get paid to write stories. I don't want to sleep in the parking lot at Full Sail. I want to have a house and a family and a wife and kids running around being a provider. That's what I want to do in my life. And this whole fucking system is designed to make sure that people that look like me can't do that effectively. Why? Because they don't want to fucking compete. They don't want to compete. So they rig the game so they don't have to compete. They don't have to be the smartest. They don't have to be the strongest. They don't have to be the best. But all it's done is created decadence. So now it's to the point where it takes infinite amounts of resources to just do basic ass shit. Just like we've moved into a world where we can't even function normal. We can't even pay our rent. The society used to be able to support one man, used to be able to work and support a family. That's the way it should always have been. Do I think that women should be forced to live in a house and not be allowed to function normal in society? No, I don't believe that. But I know from my years of being on this planet that it is not in their nature to be functioning members of society like men. We need to change the fucking rules. Because what men do in society to make society function and run, women are not capable of that. Women are not capable of going to work a job and coming home and sharing their money with their family. They're not able to do that. I think the only reason why women are able to give to their children is because they didn't have to work for it. It's much easier to give away resources that was given to you than it is to give away resources that you worked hard for. So it's much more in alliance with what a man is to be able to go to work and sacrifice 40 hours a week of our time and bring all that resources home to our wives and our children and freely give it to them unconditionally. That doesn't mean it happens 100% of the time. It just means that it happens more readily from the masculine than it does from the feminine. And it embodies and it empowers the feminine. She gets the resources to be the mom, to give all of the kids the food and do all of the stuff that is necessary in the home. And it is supposed to be fulfilling. You're being told it is not fulfilling to be a wife, that it's not fulfilling to be a girlfriend. You're not being a wife and a girlfriend. You're not in a relationship where you are being a wife and a girlfriend. You're in a relationship where you're trying to get a paycheck from a guy that you don't know. And those are not the same things. You should only be dating for love. You should only be dating to find a husband that you're gonna produce children with. If you're not doing any of those things, you don't get to weigh in on relationship advice because you're not in a relationship. You're trying to take advantage of somebody else. And that applies for males and females. If a guy is in a relationship with a girl and he's actually not trying to court her and spend the rest of his life with her, he's trying to take advantage of her. And at the end of the day, you're putting that energy into the world and making things harder than it needs to be. I'm ranting. I'm raving. Guys down on the roof. Security never showed up to address an actual security issue. That was the whole point of this video, because I promise you within another day or two, they're going to be parked over there watching me, or parked over there watching me, having their lights flashing to try to keep me up at night. And it's just stupid. It's like the world is dumb, and I'm very intelligent, and I see the patterns, and I understand how to make things better, but I'm not gonna run around and force myself on everybody. I don't have time for that. It's not in my nature to give a damn about what other people are doing with their lives. Just leave me the fuck alone. If you want to do the wrong thing in life, by all means, go do the wrong thing over there by yourself. You see me doing the right thing, don't come correcting me thinking that you're better than me. Don't come giving me advice thinking that you know better more than I do. Show some respect, let me live my life, and I'll let you live your life. That is the foundation of society. Society doesn't work without government, but government shouldn't be inherently corrupt. People will not do the right thing unless they're forced to. I 100% agree with that. But I don't agree with governments utilizing their resources to make things harder than they need to be when they're supposed to be the arbitrators. I don't need the police to come harass me because of my skin complexion. I need the police to pull up and stop me from being lynched when it's my turn to be protected. And I need them to pull up and stop me from robbing somebody that doesn't look like me when it's that person's turn to be protected from me. That's how that shit's supposed to work. Don't just be mad at me every fucking day because I'm doing the best for I'm doing the best for myself with the resources that I got based on the situation that I've been put in this world that wasn't designed or created by me or for me. Don't be mad at me for trying to be intelligent enough to overcome a broken ass system. Don't be a fucking gatekeeper. Leave me the fuck alone. Stay the fuck away from me. And we can live in harmony. Because at the end of the day, that's what you keep saying that you want. You keep saying that we're not trying hard enough. I'm in fucking college like I've been told to be in college. I'm not here for an education. I'm here for a check. But I'm in college doing what you said I'm supposed to do, and you're still making it hard. You're still making it difficult. So, like I said, I'm ranting and raving. As always, my name is Paul Emerson, and I've given you my 2 cents.